Hello and welcome to Sobricks. I'm Adam and this is Sobricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at this Lego Creator Polybag called the Yellow Flyer. This is set number 30540. It has 43 pieces, and I think I paid $7 for this. I'm not positive about that. I did not get this. This is from 2018, so it is retired. It is not one I got back at the time. I think I got this from a Bricks and Minifigs store. $7 is not my favorite price to pay for a poly bag. Occasionally, I decide that it makes sense, and this was one of those cases. And part of the reason why I think is because, if I remember correctly, this might have been a poly bag as well, which is kind of a C-plane type thing. It did have a minifigure. This one does not appear to have one. And I'll kind of be talking about this set as a $5 set, or in 2018 maybe it was a $4 set, but then I'll also be talking about it in terms of costing me $7, which I'm not 100% positive on, but that's fine. I don't think it was more than that, so if it was less, that's okay. I am also excited because this is a set, even if it's very tiny, was designed by Tiago Catarino, who is a former Lego employee, designed sets for the Lego group, and now is a relatively successful Lego YouTube personality, and they offer great insights because they've been on both sides of the product here. They've been involved in designing several sets, and also is a builder themselves. So I think that's really, really cool. There are a couple other Tiago sets that I really, really want to get. There's a Creator 3-in-1 that I would like to get. Tiago did design the first ship in the bottle, maybe. I can't remember. There's like two ship in the bottles, and I think they're pretty much the same, but maybe a little bit different. And I believe Tiago designed one of those. So that's pretty cool. That's on my list to get eventually. But in the meantime, I have this little yellow flyer poly bag, and that's pretty good too. So in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it while I build. I'll speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so that is this Lego Creator Yellow Flyer Polybag set. This is pretty cool. It's interesting. I was surprised to, well, one, I was surprised to learn that this was a Tiago Catarino designed set. Unless I have some incorrect information, that appears to be the case. I'm also a little bit surprised, based on the look of it and what I have in front of me here, surprised to find out this was a 2018 model. It has a feeling to it, to me, that feels a little more retro, a little more vintage Lego, even though it's not. I've been looking at some creator sets and other sets from further back in time somewhat recently, and this seems to have more kind of in line with those than what I might consider modern sets. But as I've expressed before, I don't have a great grasp on where the line is from vintage Lego or classic Lego to modern Lego, because it appears to me probably that it is not a clean line in time that differentiates those, and is probably likely to be a gradual progression in change of design philosophy and piece usages and everything else like that. But this is pretty cool, and we will get into it. So one of the things I wanted to make note of, we don't have any minifigures in here, which is fine. This is not minifigure scale. In fact, the other one that I showed This one is not really minifigure scale either, but that's okay. Here's these two just next to each other, so we can kind of see them. They both have two propellers here. Some similarities there. I can't remember. This one might be from like 2013 or something. I don't remember exactly, but either way, that's this. Can't remember what that one was named. But the other thing I wanted to see here is one of the set. Well, there's an advertisement here for a different set, 31079, and it appears to be the Sunshine Surfer van. It's a Creator 3-in-1. I don't believe that's a Tiago Catarino set, but I believe someone recommended this set to me when I looked at the newer Lego Creator 3-in-1 called the Beach Camper Van. And I think there's a couple sets throughout the Lego Group's history and maybe Creator 3-in-1 that have had similar kind of vehicles like this. And so that's interesting to see it kind of printed on there on the instructions. So that is fine. And then we'll kind of get right into the build. So you start out building. Get the 2x2 brick, add a 2x4 plate on there, add these couple, the inverted slope and just a 1x2 on the bottom. Then we build up the top kind of area where there might be kind of the cockpit. So we use these clear cheese wedges up there. We do have some clear plates used, which could be like windows or something. They're a little bit hard to see in there because they do get covered up. Then we work on the wing section. And I thought this was kind of interesting because this whole wing, the two wings on this are just using 2x6 plates, and they didn't use like a 2x12, and also it just feels so like old school Lego to just use a square plate for this when Lego makes a ton of angled plates or different wing shaped things, or they can be made in other ways. I don't think it looks bad. It looks a little bit quaint and a little bit, like I say, kind of old school and kind of old fashioned Lego a little bit. I don't think it really hampers the design. I do think there's probably a way to make this look a little more elegant here, but I thought that was interesting. So it's not just one big plate here, it's two. They're joined together by this slope and this tile there. We do add some extra stuff. So on the bottom, we add in the kind of thing for the prop here, or the propeller, and same on the other side. We use those inverted tiles to kind of lock everything down. We also use these kind of rounded tiles and these slopes to connect to these 1x6s, which then brings us to the tail of the plane here, which does use these yellow angled plates. They're smaller than these, but they're kind of a 2x4, but not really, because they have the angle there, and we hold those together with an inverted tile there, and we connect them to these, I don't know if they're struts or these kind of supports here, and we also put this blue vent piece there, have a couple of these white cheese wedges at the back, and that's pretty much everything here. It's definitely swooshable. The propellers do spin, which is fine. And I don't know specifically if this is supposed to look like any particular plane. I don't think so. So not a ton going on here that I can see. And this is fine. You know, $7. This doesn't feel like $7 to me, but because it's retired and it's from a somewhat well-known designer, if there is such a thing, then I don't know if they're like the sets designed by Tiago or sets designed by any other specific Lego designer, past, present, future, carry any additional value into their retirement or not. I do think that there's probably Lego fans out there who have some designers that they feel like they really like all of their design work and stuff like that. And I could see Tiago being one of those people for that. There's nothing here that really strikes me as innovative in terms of piece usages or anything groundbreaking. I would have believed any Lego designer could have made this maybe, but I still think it's kind of nice. It's kind of cute. 43 pieces for $7 doesn't feel good. If it was $4 or $5 in 2018, that would be fine. You know, there's no minifigure, there's not a ton of pieces, but it is a small model. It is comparable in some ways to like a this Technic forklift, or even this X-Wing fighter that is Star Wars obviously has the IP attached to it. It's an iconic thing, but they're not so different here in terms of piece usages and everything like that, or piece counts. Really, this one might have more and might have more little pieces and stuff. I don't know. I thought this one had maybe like 70 or something like that. The build for this one is also, I would say, a bit more interesting. But in terms of a Lego Creator Polybag set, this feels fine. It's not a 3-in-1. I would have liked if it were. I think there probably are things that could be built with this, even though there's only 43 pieces. And now that I'm looking at the brick set and rebrickable, it looks like there are a couple alternate builds, including one that looks like a hovercraft that uses 93% of the pieces in the set, which is cool. There's another plane built by a different designer that uses 95% of the set. Maybe this is something I would look at alternates for. I'm not sure, but it is nice sometimes to be able to do kind of smaller sets and potentially make multiple videos with them. In terms of my time and my process for getting these videos out and everything. So I did really appreciate being able to look this. I've been holding on to this set for a long time, and happy to be able to do that. I'll show the extra pieces here because you do get some. Each of these green and red translucent round tiles there, which are the lights on the edge of the wings, the clear cheese wedge, the white cheese wedge, white tile there, white plate there. So those are all your extra pieces. 43 pieces, $7 or $5. I think that's all fine. On Brickset, it says the new versions are, might go for around $6. You could probably get them for less than that, plus shipping. I don't think there's a real significant used market for this model in particular. So it just is what it is. I'm not hung up about the price that I paid for this at all. I think it's too much for what comes in the bag, but for the experience of building this and getting a Tiago set, which I am a watcher of their videos, and I consider myself kind of a fan, and so that's really cool. Just another piece kind of for the collection, and if I overpaid for that a little bit, I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, I think this is fun. This is fine, and hopefully I get to look at more sets designed by Tiago in the near future. So looking forward to that. If you know any sets that Tiago designed that you would very much recommend, please leave it in the comments. I would love that. I doubt Tiago will have seen this video, and that's fine. But if you're interested, they do really, really good quality Lego reviews. They often get sets early, quite early actually, and so it's pretty cool. Maybe consider checking them out. And I think that's it. So if you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Creator, more Polybags, hopefully more Tiago sets, and then tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shape, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. And if you wanted to support this channel and support my videos here, you could do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. Those are for if anybody ever wanted to give me money, and that's certainly not needed, but it is appreciated and it would be helpful. But I'm just I don't need any money. So if you are interested and, financially stable enough to be able to do that, maybe consider checking it out. Otherwise, just watch, like, subscribe, comment. Any of that stuff is another great way to show support. So it means a lot to me. Thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.